Everybody, thank you for recording. Welcome to today's call. It is June 13th, 2022. We're like halfway through 2022. Can you believe that? Welcome to today's call. This is the Eazybot weekly Monday corporate update call. We get together on Mondays. You get to hear from the executive team. Muhammad Ali, our CEO, is on the call with us today. And so we're just going to go through a couple of really important updates. Today's update is going to focus, we're going to spend a little bit of time talking about the marketing app and its upcoming release. We actually have users in the marketing app that we released in a limited sense over the weekend. We're going to give you guys a quick walkthrough. I'm actually just going to play a video that we did on Saturday's business builder call. And so now is a good time for me to remind you guys that if you're interested in the Eazybot affiliate program, building a business, whether you want to build a huge team or you just want to refer a few other people and you'd like some tips and some support in doing that, join us on our Saturday, 11 a.m. Eastern business builder call. That call is specifically focused for those of you guys who are currently or interested in taking advantage of the Eazybot affiliate program. We try to spend most of the rest of our time together talking about the product and how amazing it is. And today we're going to spend some time talking about Eazybot. Obviously, there's a lot happening in the market. There's, they would say, blood in the streets, Bitcoin hitting some scary numbers. Today, I think we got into the $22,000 range. So I'm going to ask Muhammad to come in and share some insights on what that means for Eazybot, what you guys can expect in terms of trading, what's already happening, and maybe some things that you might want to consider in terms of managing your Eazybot account in an environment like this. But to get us kicked off today, I want to jump right into the marketing app. Let's talk about that. That's the big deal that's happening this week for us. And I'm going to share my screen and actually just play you guys the video that walks you through the entire marketing app. I want to give you a refresher. I think we did a little bit of this last week, but I want to take you guys through the walkthrough of the marketing app as we've got that coming up. So let's watch this quick video.
I'm going to share my phone with you guys. And I always take you in through my phone because this is a mobile first application. So there is some functionality from the desktop, but you're going to have the absolute best experience if you do use it on mobile. All right, so I'm logged into the app right now. When you log into the app, you're going to land on the training page. And on the training page, you'll see 3 different sections. You'll see welcome to Eazybot. Just a couple quick welcome videos. There's an intro to Eazybot and our story. We'll have some other cool things that'll come in there as well. You'll have a video from Muhammad. We'll have an overview on how Eazybot works. So look for some more training related things that are coming into the app as well. Next below that, you'll see how to use this app. Finding your way around is easy, it really is. There are 3 lessons in there for you right now: how to manage your leads, how to use shareable funnels, and how to add referrals. Each of those is right. It's 2 minutes or less. Again, super easy, very easy to use. And I'll actually walk you through all 3 of those while we're on the call today. But if you ever wanted to reference how to do that for yourself, it's right there for you. And then the corporate call replays. So we get a question that we get asked a lot: where can I get that recording? I missed the Trading and Insights call with Muhammad yesterday. Guys, the reason we put these calls here, and I'm talking to you as business builders, so I want you to understand the reason this particular section is here is that you want your team members in this app. Why do you want your team members in the app? You want them here because this adds value to the experience that they're having with Eazybot. It adds stickiness to Eazybot. If they're using the product, they're having a good experience. If they're in the marketing app and they've got access to great calls like what we did yesterday with Muhammad, they have access to the push notifications that we're going to get through the app. If they're getting all of that, then they're paying attention, they're more likely to stay engaged, and they're more likely to have a positive experience. So having the recorded calls, and we're putting all the corporate recorded calls, so you won't see presentation calls here, but you will see like the Trading and Market Insights that Muhammad does every 2 weeks. You'll see the corporate calls, update calls that we do on Mondays. Our business builder calls will actually come out of here and go into a separate section, but we have a section here that we want to bring people and commit them to using and downloading the app. All right, so that's here for you as well, training detail. So those are the 3 training sections that currently exist within the app. The second tab over, you'll see notifications. We haven't sent out any notifications.
All right, real quick. The second tab is blank. I said we hadn't sent out any notifications. Real quick, for those of you guys who were on the call, that were on this call Saturday, that are in the app, do me a favor, say me in the chat. If anybody got the notification that went out for today's call and you're on the call, you use that notification and that link, drop a me in the chat so we know that this is live and it's working. Go ahead and do that. I'm going to jump back into the video.
Yet you'll start to see some go out. There'll actually be one that goes out for those of you who decide to get logged into the app this weekend. You'll see a notification for Monday's corporate call. So you'll be able to actually click through that notification and join the call. So look out for that coming. The next tab is where you're going to spend most of your time. It's the tab called Leads. So if you go to the Leads tab, you can see we've been testing. The Leads tab is where you're going to do two things. So the first is where you're going to generate the lead, and that's from pages and funnels. So I'm going to actually start at pages and funnels. That's what you see right at the top here. And if you click on pages and funnels, you'll see the 4 different options. The first option is the Eazybot website. The Eazybot website is an almost exact replica of the Eazybot corporate website. And so if you like the Eazybot corporate website, it's exceptionally well done, tells the story really well, and it has access to the various links. So it's not really a funnel. A funnel takes a person down a really narrow path with no option to go anywhere else. The website's a little bit different because they can click into the help section, for example, the pricing page, so they can have some liberty in where they're going. So the website's available for you as an option. And then we have 3 other funnels, really narrowly focused funnels. The first one is the Eazybot webinar. It takes somebody to a pre-recorded presentation. The second one is another funnel option, just tells the story a little bit differently about the product, encourages them to get started. And then the third one, the language, the copy on the page is really designed for opportunity seekers. So we know that there are really 2 different customers that we're talking to. There's those who are looking for a great crypto product. We know that Eazybot is that. And then there are those who are looking for a great opportunity. And we believe Eazybot's both of those. So you have the option of deciding who's the person that you're talking to and what's the best message to share with them. So you've got a couple different options here, and look for more and more coming. We'll get more and more really creative and fun materials and shareable assets for you guys, banners and flyers and all kinds of things that you can put on social media. Look for that coming into the app as well. To get you started, if you want to share any one of these pages, let's just pick one, for example. We're going to use the Get Free Account funnel. See the icon on the right comes up, and I can decide now to share this. I can share it by text message, Facebook, WhatsApp, any number of ways that you might want to share a funnel. So you want to tell a story. You want to get this in front of somebody. What I'm going to do is just open it in a web browser for the benefit of us seeing it here today. So now that I've opened this is, say, let's assume, for example, you are sending this as a text message to a friend or an associate. Hey, I've been using this bot. You've been talking about it. I want you to take a quick look at it. There's a 1-minute video. I want you to look at it. If it sounds interesting, just ask for more information. You can watch an entire presentation if you like. However you set that up, you've decided to go ahead and send them the link. So now the person on the other side, this is what they see. So they've opened your link, and there's a 1-minute video here. Let's go ahead and
introducing Eazybot, the 100% free crypto trading software.
Really cool, very professionally done video. And as they scroll down, the very first call to action that we encourage them to take is to get a free account. Guys, the beautiful thing about Eazybot is the path to getting them started, super simple. Create a free account. So they decide, you know what, I'll go ahead and create a free account. So I want you to pay attention to what just happened here. So this page, this sign up page, already has a sponsor listed at the bottom. In this case, it says demo user. Demo user, we go to the very top of this web page that we're on. You'll notice the website address is my.eazybot.com/a user ID 167585. So when an account is created for you, it's created based on your user ID. And let me pause just for a moment because this is part of what's, I'm going to say something, and it's important that for some of you, because it's part of what held us up this past week in terms of getting this launched. So there are some of you, in some instances, it's no fault of your own. We've had some issues on the registration page, but in some instances, we have people that are stacking accounts. And so what happens is when Eazybot takes in a new account, there are two other systems it connects with, and one of those systems does not like duplicates. And so when you create an Eazybot account and then you use the same phone number, for example, in another Eazybot account, that one of those systems sees a duplicate and it doesn't show the duplicate. And so there's some of you that as I give you a pathway to access your Eazybot account today, you may not have and I give you pathway to access the marketing app, you may not have an account created for you because you're in that kind of black hole that we're still resolving of duplicates being created. So just want to give you guys a heads up. Number one, we haven't talked about this a lot, but we do have a policy against stacking accounts. We don't make a big deal about it because we operate on the premise of integrity, but guys, it is against our policy. It's not in the best interest of the people that are in your upline. You know, people stack accounts in order to be able to grab all the commissions that are rolling up to them. Just don't do that. There's plenty to go around, and it just creates more problems and more headache in the long run. So for example, for the last week, we've been trying to solve for some people. And again, in some instances, it's to no fault of your own, but please don't do it intentionally. It just adds to the clutter within the system. All right, so let me come back to the point of the story here. So what we have is the user ID. So when in Eazybot, your user ID is what's used to marry you to this funnel. So we know exactly who to give credit for or who to give credit to when the person decides that they want to start and create the free account. So hopefully that makes sense for you guys. We just went into a funnel. We sent the funnel through a link to a friend. They opened it up. They saw the page. They watched the 1-minute video. They were interested enough that they wanted to create an account. And here we are right on a create an account page, and they can create their own account. So let me talk to you about what happens on the backside. There's not a whole lot that you're going to see between now and the next couple of days, but it'll become a little bit more visible here. So let me just walk you through the way it's designed to work. So what happens is this person is going to create a new account. And when they do, automatically, we're creating an account in the marketing app. And I'm going to use the name Business Glue. Business Glue is the platform that the marketing app is built on. So we're creating a Business Glue marketing app account for them at the same time that they've created their Eazybot account. So what you should know is that every person that you've signed up, and this has already been happening actually, so in the last week, everybody that you've signed up has gotten a free marketing app account already created for them. And so we're going to send you a link that allows you to then just create a password for yourself. So that but the caveat here, and again, this goes back to the duplicate account issue, is that you've got to use the same account same email that you use for your Eazybot account. So this is a point that I'm going to make, but only for a few people that it refers to. If you're one of those people that have created multiple accounts, then whatever account you're building under is the account that you want to make sure that you're activating in the marketing app. Use that email so that it's building in the right place. All right, so when a person signs up, they've got a new account in the Eazybot dashboard as of Monday. I think I gave you guys a sneak peek as to what that will look like. They'll have a link to there'll be a card on the dashboard with a link that encourages them to activate their marketing application. Also, there'll be an email that goes out. We have an email series that will start going out to new members, and in that series, one of those emails will walk them through the benefits of the marketing and training app with additional links there for them as well. So here we are. We've gone through. I'm going to take you back into the app. We've gone through the process of using a funnel. And what we didn't do in that case is we didn't create a lead. I'm going to go into another funnel, and we're actually going to create a lead. I'm going to go into the Eazybot webinar, and we're going to create a lead here. I'm going to go back and open it in a web page. Oh, sorry guys, this is my internet. Let's see if it all right, let's try that one more time. It's behaving badly. All right, let's disconnect from Wi-Fi. All right, there we go. Okay, so we're on a page. Let me let this load up here just a bit. All right, so the limited seats, reserve your seats. Now, this is the Eazybot webinar. So this is taking somebody to the full presentation. And so before they get access to the full presentation, we're going to capture them as a lead. We want to know who this person is. So we're going to put in a lead here. Let's call this person live demo. And let's give them an email, live. All right, and we hit the submit button. Okay, so I have my notifications turned off, so we're probably not going to see the notification come in. But if I go back into the app, bam, there we go. You will notice that a new lead has been generated, pops up for you. That actually does come through as a push notification. So if I had my notifications turned on, you'd have actually seen that push notification. A push notification is any one of those notifications that comes into your phone that alerts you that something needs your attention. So this is an in-app notification. Since we have the app open, it's letting us know that a new lead has been generated. And so I'm going to close that. And if I hit leads and go back, there's that lead that we just created. So we've created a lead. Now, in this case, if you guys remember, I did not put in a phone number. So for this lead, I don't have access to call them or text them. That's why the phone number and the text message icons, or the phone call and text message icons, are grayed out. But I can send them an email because we do have their email address. Now, the nice thing is, at some point, the system is emailing them, and hopefully you've done some follow-up with them as well. If you'd like to email them, there are some pre-written templates that you can use. And if you click any one of these, it will open your default email handler, and you can modify and personalize the email as you like. If we did capture their phone number, then we could phone call or text message them. So let's go ahead and put a phone number in here. Oops. And I'm going to hit save at the very top. So the nice thing about this leads page is that we can modify the information on the page. I can actually change this person's number. Excuse me, I can change this person's name. And if I hit save, there it is. So you have a pretty incredible way of being able to manage your leads. You can change your name, you can change your email, their phone number. We can even see where this lead was generated from. So I see the Eazybot webinar was where this lead was generated. And I can manage the status of my leads as well. So I can decide what bucket to drop them in. And I can also add notes. So if I want to come here and add notes, I can do that. And then again, at the very top, hit the save button, and we can save those changes. And there they are in notes. And we can also see a history of everything that's been done with this particular lead. All right, so this is all happening in the person. More than likely, this person is still watching that webinar. They're on the webinar page. Hopefully they're still watching it. Here's something that you should know about what happens when people get to a webinar page. Most people don't make it to the end, right? So the best way to convert a lead, and the reason why this tool is so powerful, is that you're giving them the information and you're giving them a story, and you're giving them access in a professionally curated way to hear this story. But what you should know is that most people have the attention span of a goldfish, so they're probably not going to be on the site for an hour watching a full presentation. So do yourself a favor, and when you get that lead notification, if you can respond, engage with them as quick as possible, then you're going to put yourself in a really great position of being able to build a relationship and convert the lead. The marketing app is simply a tool, but it really is most powerful when it's used by someone who's engaged with the tool and who has the intention on engaging with their leads. So guys, let's go back into live lead. Now, if you remember, when the lead first came in, we didn't submit a phone number on the lead. I've since added that phone number. So now you'll see that the blue phone call icon and the green text message icon, they're no longer grayed out. We can use them. Same thing like what I showed you in the text message, excuse me, in the email, where there are pre-written email templates, where there are also pre-written text message templates. Again, they can be converted or modified and personalized to your liking, but we wanted to give you something so you could get started. Lots of us get stumped just trying to think about what to say. So we took the hard, heavy lifting away from you there. While I'm talking about email templates, I'm going to show you where you can modify your own. So from the corporate standpoint, we've created these templates so that you guys don't have to. But if you'd like to modify your own templates, if there's something that you generally say to somebody, I'm going to skip over referrals and I'm going to go to account for a second. If we click on account, well, I was already in it. All right, so if we click on account, you'll see the second tab down says quick replies. So if we click on quick replies, these are where our SMS and our email templates live. Just hit the edit button next to any one of those, and we can edit this reply. And all this is doing for you is making your job easier. Every one of you guys has a certain way that you speak, or there's certain things that you might want to say. Maybe there's a link you want to share. You can edit this and modify it so that when you're sharing and engaging with your prospects, it's right there at hand for you, easy for you to access and use. All right, so that's your quick replies. One last place I'm going to take you is into referrals. So fourth tab from the bottom is referrals. We click on referrals. If you guys want to sign somebody up directly, so let's say you've been talking to a cousin and they're coming over on Sunday and they're going to have dinner with you and they're ready to get going. You just want to get them to the sign up page. They don't necessarily need an entire funnel experience. They don't need the entire story. They know the story, they're ready to go. And you just want to get them to your sign up page. Well, guys, obviously you can do that through just sending them directly to your link. But we also think that it's very cool that you can do it through the app as well. So just click on sign up page, and very much like you could do with the funnels, just send it how you might want to send it, text message, Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, whatever. I'll open it up just again, so you see it takes us directly to the sign up page for this user.
And David, if they sign up through the app, will they start getting drip campaigns and push notifications?
If they sign up as a lead, then yes, they will. So if they, what I'm showing you right now are referrals. So this is a person signing up for an Eazybot account. Okay. So they're going to become a member just like all the rest of us. But if they came through the funnel, we sent somebody a funnel and they had to fill out that lead form, then the system will start sending them emails. Now, again, just as a caveat, that won't happen this weekend. So as you guys are in and using the system, don't freak out if you don't see emails coming out. We have it turned off for the next couple days. So give us until Monday, Tuesday for the latest. That'll be back on, and you'll start as you're testing or you're sending it to your prospects. Those emails will go out, and in those emails, there's a call to action. In every one of those emails, call to action is asking them to create a free account, and that link to create a free account goes to your Eazybot account. So I'm going to go back to something that I think did I touch on the setup button where you guys put in your affiliate ID? I feel like I missed that.
Yeah,
okay, let me go back to the leads page, and it's okay, guys, because this is in the tutorials in the training. So everything here is already recorded or it's coming into the recording. So everything you need to be able to function within the app from today going forward, you've already got it. Well, and then we'll just continue to improve our training for you guys. I'm going to go back to leads for just a second and go into pages and funnels, because there's one important thing that you've got to do. In order for the Eazybot website to work, you see there's a setup button. So you want to click the setup button, and you're going to put your affiliate link here. And it says link, and we'll change that language. It really is your affiliate ID. We don't want the whole http://myEazybot link. We want just the 6-digit ID number. If you guys have been watching as we were opening up the pages, it's pulling that 6-digit number to into the sign up page for Eazybot. So that's all we want here. Put that number in, click update, it'll save it. That's literally all you've got to do for setup. That's it, guys. Who wants an account? Who's ready to get into their account?
All right, that's it, guys. Who wants an account? Here's what we're gonna do. Let me update you guys on where we are. So we're gonna publish this on the Eazybot dashboard. So in the next 24 to 48 hours max, everybody in the Eazybot community will see a link on their dashboard. You'll actually see a card encouraging you to download and get the Eazybot marketing and training app. If you're on this call today, I'm going to give you a link. I'm going to drop it in the chat. And if you guys don't already have an account, and it's free, by the way, it's absolutely free, no cost at all to you. Download the app, get connected with us, get the benefit of push notifications, stay on top of important calls, get the training that we'll be adding to the app and all the other great stuff, especially if you're building a team. Make sure that you've got it. For those of you who would like to get in a little bit early, I'm going to drop the link for you in the chat. All right, bam, there you go. Sorry, Breezy, I sent that to you. Let me give it to everybody. All right, one more time. For everybody on the call, there you guys go. So if you don't already have the marketing app, if you weren't on our call on Saturday, I just dropped a link for you guys. Go ahead and what you're gonna do, just as a heads up, because it's gonna be a little bit, it might not be entirely clear if you go there right now. So it's gonna ask you from that page, it's gonna ask you for an email and it's gonna ask you for a password. Well, the email that we want in that field is the email that you registered with Eazybot. We need to make sure that those two are paired up. And then the password, it's actually looking for you to create a password. So keep in mind, again, we've already created your Eazybot account. And what we need to then be able to do is pair you up and we need to have you create a password. So it's gonna ask for a password, make sure you go ahead and put create password in there. Hey, Breezy, would you remove Michaels from the call, M-I-C-H-I-E-L-S? Go ahead and remove him from the call, please. Link is wrong. Sorry, guys, link is wrong. Link is wrong. Link is wrong. I left out something in there for you. Thank you, friend. One second, guys. Let me get it here for you. All right, there we go. Grab that, Brent. Would you double check that for me and make sure I'm all good? All right, guys. So we're going to come back. I'll take a few questions on the marketing app if there are any towards the end of the call. I'm going to ask Mohammed to come on in. We've got a couple more things we want to talk about, a few more announcements. But before we get into that, I'm going to ask Mohammed to spend a few minutes with you guys. Let's just talk about what's happening in the market. Lot of activity, a lot of volatility happening in the marketplace over the, thanks, Brent, over the last couple of days, really over the last few hours, even Bitcoin hitting all-time lows. We are seeing some amazing things on our side as it pertains to Eazybot. So Mohammed, if you're in a position, I'm going to invite you to come on in. And then after Mohammed, we have a couple more announcements that we want to go through with you guys. So hang tight for just a little bit. And we'll be back with some more announcements. Hey, Mohammed, are you available?
Hi, David.
All right.
Yes.
Hey there.
Yeah, thank you, David. Okay, guys. So, yeah, we have all seen the market in the past couple of days. Today specifically, it's been really dropping, which is normal in crypto market. If you've been in crypto market for quite long, maybe you've seen some similar drops, or maybe a little bit. Last year, actually, we have seen similar drop happening when the Bitcoin dropped from 64,000 to 28,000. It's not as low as 22, which is happening right now, but it's the same concept. The market is moving down, and all the other coins are following the Bitcoins and going down. And eventually, it's going to come up, but no one knows when and how fast it's going to be going up. But what we can do from our side is to react to the market movement. I mean, the market can move the way it wants, but the only thing we can do is to serve that wave. Whether it goes down, we go down, it goes up, we go up, and keep on adjusting and keep on modifying things. And I'm happy that this market drop happened now. So we are still at the beginning of our journey, and that gives us more insights of to think even in a different way, to look at what can we do differently in order to sustain with this kind of drops. And I've already figured out an enhancement to the strategy that we're working with right now. It's working well, but the enhancement is going to even make it work better and better, and even be sustainable, even for a drop market of more than 85 to 90%, because now we're experiencing this. We're experiencing market drops of, I don't know, in some coins, maybe 80% or 70 plus in some other coins. So if it happened now, it's possible that it happened in the future as well. So right now, for the people who are trading and people who have already reached to cover 50, I know that a couple of people have already reached to cover 50, which is the last one in the default strategy. What we're going to do is to add more covers, or to allow manual covers adding in the default strategy. Let me just share screen here and show you just some of the examples. Yes, here you go. Okay, so this is an account. For instance, when you go inside the settings, this is the default setting strategy. Yeah, not the default. Let's look at one which is being done on default. I think this one. Let's check. Yeah, this is a default strategy. If you are using the default strategy, you will see that it ends with cover 50, and some of the people, due to this huge market drop, have reached to cover 50. So what we're going to do in the coming couple of days is allow people to add more covers even to the default strategy. So what you could do is add more covers here, like 10 or 20 cover, whatever you feel comfortable with, and then increase your capital here. If whatever funds that you can add from outside, whether it's $100, $200 USDT, 300, or whatever it is, you add it here, so that your balance will become positive, and add more covers. And the times, I would suggest make it as a percentage of whatever amount you added. For example, if you added $200 and your initial price, your initial cover here becomes to 40, and you want the cover down to become 10, so it's 0.25% of the initial cover. So it's sustained for another 10 or 20 covers. So this is one of the modifications that we're going to do. On top of this, that we are also going to enhance the default strategy. Let me just put that in the whiteboard and just show you how exactly the enhancement is going to work. Okay, so this is the price, and here's the time. Okay, right now how it works is that we have cover 1 is at the price of -2% when the market drops to -2%. And then the next cover is at -5%, which is -5 from the previous cover. That means we have a gap here of 5%. This is -5%. And then the third cover is at -8%. So this is -8 of the previous cover. That means we have a gap here of -8%. Okay, I'll take it step by step on how the improvement is going to be. Right now, I've seen many people having a concern that when the bot comes to cover 2 or cover 3, it stops for a while. It doesn't make any trades, maybe for a day or 2. And that's due to this gap, or I call it dead zone, here between cover 5 and cover 2 and cover 3 and cover 3 and cover 4 and cover 2 and cover 3. So we have here 5% difference, because the -5% is from the previous cover. So we have a gap of this much. Let me just make it in. Yes. So this gap here is basically 5% or -5%. And the other gap down here between cover 3 and cover 2 and cover 3 is 8%, because the 8% is dropped from the last cover. So here, this is -8%. So what happens is that sometimes when the market drops down, it's easy to drop -2. So it takes this cover, the cover 1 is taken, and then the market goes down a bit and it stays here maybe for a couple of days, stays in this zone, in this 5% zone. between cover 2 and cover 3. So nothing happens because it's not in a position to buy the new cover, and it's not in a position to sell the earlier cover because it's not in a profit position. It fluctuates here for some time, and then at the moment it hit this one, then it takes the cover 2, which is at -5%, and then the market goes down again, and here we have a bigger gap. We have 8% gap. So it's more likely that the market will stay here for some time, sometimes a couple of days, and maybe even sometimes a week. And as long as it's in this zone, there is no covers. So it's not going to take any trades, not going to close any trade because it's not in a position to buy a new cover in this place. And it's not in a position to sell the upper covers because it's not in profit yet. So it will remain silent for a couple of days. And then when it comes down here, it's going to take this cover. So how are we going to handle this and enhance the performance of the bot into this term? We're going to add independent covers in these areas. Let me just show you in a visual way. So yeah, we're adding here -2 is fine. And here, but here we have 5% difference. So we're going to add 2 more independent covers here into this dead zone. And 3 independent covers in this bigger dead zone because the area is bigger, so we're adding more covers. So it's going to be looking like this. Now on those, if we had those independent covers available during this kind of market movement, you will see more movement. You will see more buys and sells. If the market stays here for a couple of days or a couple of weeks, still is going to buy, sell into those small covers because the difference between each one and the other is just as low as 2% or even lower than 2%. Likewise here, if it stays between cover 1 and cover 2 for quite a long time, it's going to still buy on those independent covers, buy and sell and buy and sell. And in this area, the bot is going to take 100% of the profit. So 100% of the profit is taken as profit, not 50% like the other independent covers down, because this is a safe zone. Still, it did not go lower too much. So we're worried about that to bring the average price down. So we're going to consider 100% of the profit in these covers. And in these covers here as well, between cover 2 and cover 3, we're going to take also 100% of the profit. So people will start seeing more profit coming into their Eazybot, or more profit shown in their Eazybot accounts. Going down here, what you're noticing at the moment, once the bot comes into the independence cover zone, it starts moving faster. You will see more of trades happening on a daily basis because the difference between each cover and the other here is just as low as 1 to 2%. So let's just make a small drawing here. So I'm going to make all the independent covers in green. So here, as you know, the independent covers are very close to each others, and that covers up to cover 35. And all of this area here is going to be covering almost 50% from the top up to end of zone 2. This is minus 51% approximately. This is the minimum, but it can go up to 60 and 70% as we have seen in the past. If the market drops dramatically in a short period of time, it's not going to take any trades until it starts being stable again. So in this area here, this is what we have at the moment, but as an enhancement, we're adding those independent covers to enhance the top side of the coverage. I'm calling this now 2 zones. This is here zone 1. Let me just highlight one more time. This here from here to here, where it takes the average prices. The cover 2 and cover 3 still take the average price. So if it fluctuates here, it's going to buy, sell, buy, sell. The moment it hit cover at -5%, is going to take everything on the top as average price. And then the market goes down, independent until it's reached to -8%. And then the moment it hit this one here, is going to take everything on the top as average price. So we will have an average price landing here. Just let me draw this in a different color. Yeah, so our independent cover is going, our average price is going to be somewhere here for all of these trades on top once all of these trades have been taken place. And then it gets into the independent zone. Independent zone is each cover will be independent, will buy and sell, just the way it does at the moment. In this zone, zone 2, let me go back to zone 1. I'm calling this here zone 1, where it has the average price. 1. And here we have zone 2. Zone 2 is all the independent covers that we know at the moment. Is from the last average price cover until it covers up to 51% of the market. That 35 covers down. In this independent zone, as we know, or as most of us knows, it takes 50% of the profit and bring down the average price. So 50% of the profit is taken as profit, and the other 50% bring down the average price. As I've explained in earlier videos, that 50% of whatever profits happens here is considered as immediate profit. 50% is to bring this average price down. So this average price will keep on moving down as we are into this zone. Now, what else have we added? We have added zone 3. Zone 3 is a critical zone, and it's optional for whoever wants to get into that because it depends on the budget that you have still left into your exchange. So let me just separate between those zones and make them a different color. Okay, so this is zone 3. Zone 3 is going to be all independent covers, also close to each other as low as 1 to 2%, and it has about 20 covers. 20 covers down, and that covers around 35% of the market, 35 to 40% of the market. So that goes down, down and down until 20 covers in this area. So the coverage of this zone is about 35%. We just put it here, 35% drop of the market. So if we add all 3 zones together, that's close to 90% drop of the market. So we have here 51% or 52%, add the 35%, that's about 85 or 86%. Actually, if we go more accurately, it's about 90%. I've made the calculation in a different sheet. It goes up to 90%, even more. Because imagine if some of those covers have been pushed down because of the market drop, is going to push everything down, and it's going to go beyond the 86%, up to 90% and more. In this area, we're going to have it in a separate budget. Like you have, let's say you started on the top here with, let's say $5,000. So definitely the $5,000 is going to be consumed as soon as you come down here to cover 35, or after you cover this ones, after you cover all of this zone 1 and zone 2, which is a 51%, like what's happening at the moment. This area here, it depends on how much you have at the moment. We're not going to link it to this budget because it's completely different budget. It depends on how much you have, because you could have started maybe with $10,000, but right now you have only $1,000 left that you could add to the trade. It should not be mixed up with this one. So we have a different budget here for this one. Let's say it's as low as $200 that you could add here. And still this $200 could go 10 or 20 covers. 20 covers. All the covers will be covered, but the value of each cover is going to be 10% of the new assigned capital here. Each cover is going to be equal to each other. The difference between them is going to be as low as 1 to 2%. Still, we're yet to define that 100%. So here is going to be 10% of the new budget. So literally what happens is that, let's say you started with 5,000, market went down, you have been making small profits here and there and bringing that average price down. And then you have consumed all the 35 covers on the top and you want to get into zone 2. So here a new budget will open for you. So you put a new balance. How much do you want to add to this one? Let's say 200, then each cover will be as low as $10 or 10 USDTs. If you add more like 2,000, each cover will be like, sorry, like $100 or $200 and going on. And the more you add here, the faster you can bring down the average price. Because guess what? Here we said 50% goes to the profit and 50% goes to bring down the average price. Here in this zone here, because it's very critical and the market is really down, we're going to split in a different way. It's going to be 10% as profit and 90% to bring down the average price so that it can move faster, because the budget here is small. So we're using bigger amount or bigger amount of the profit that's being made here to bring down this average price faster and close the whole cycle, because the market is already in a bad situation. So the market is going to, this average price is going to be moving really fast, depending definitely on the budget that you're using. The higher the budget that you're using, the faster this average price can move down. And I'm sure that this is going to be really saving a lot of people for any kind of drops like what's been happening at the moment. This modification is going to also solve the problem of people having a dead zone on the top side here, where the market can stay between this 5% or this 8% for a couple of days where we don't see any trades. So these independent covers are going to help generating some profit. Any questions?
Hey, Mohammed, can you talk a little bit about just kind of what's happening in the market right now and what a user might want to consider doing? Let's say I think we've had a couple of users that said they've already hit their 50th cover. What options should they explore at this point to take advantage of what's going on in the market?
Yeah, I've just already mentioned about that. What we will do in the coming couple of days is allowing people to add more covers. Let me just share one more time. Share screen. Yeah, here you go. Let's say, for instance, this one. This is taking if you're using your own strategy or not using the default, you still have it open here. You can add more covers. But we're talking now about the people who are using the default strategy. They can just come here. We will allow this to open in a couple of days. So you can just click and add more covers and add to the budget on the top until we completely program the 3 phases of the strategy that what I explained just now. So now just wait for a couple of days. We will announce once this is open, you can add more covers and add more funds here, because when the market goes down, it will be more volatile. And that's the time where it's going to generate more profit and bring that average price down faster.
Got it. Steve, you got your hand up. Come on in, sir.
Yeah, I was just going to ask, and I'm not sure I follow all that. That's pretty mathy stuff. It's really cool. But are we moving in a direction where people can maybe get started with less than 600 per coin? Is that anywhere in the strategic roadmap, or maybe some of these changes will allow people to get in at a lower starting point?
Okay, let me explain that part one more time. That's I'm talking about the zone 2 here. When I said about $200, I'm talking about the zone 3, sorry, the one on the bottom of the market, where we're adding additional budget for only this area. But on the top, it remains still the same 600 for minimum for Binance. That's because of the Binance limitation. The minimum order is $10. But for KuCoin, I think in the near future, we allow people to use as low as 300, because also of KuCoin is allowing people to trade with lesser amount, as low as $5 or lesser in some coins.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Thank you.
No problem.
All right, Mohammed Kabir, come on in, sir.
Yeah, I think these are really exciting changes, and I'm really excited about it. I have a quick question. I noticed that the compounding feature doesn't work on any of my bots. So I mean, I know that in order to lower the average, the compounding feature has to work, right? So is there any update on that, when that could be fixed?
Okay. First of all, it's not that the compounding have to work to bring down the average price. The average price will go down anyway using the profit that happens. But yes, we're aware that some of the bots are having an issue with the compounding effect. It's not happening in some bots. We're working on that. So in 2 days maximum, it should be resolved.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
No problem.
All right, Raymond, you're up next. Come on in, sir.
Yes, I was just wondering, is this zone 2 or zone 3, whatever you call them, are those optional? You got to opt into them, or are you automatically changing the default to do that?
Okay, about the dead zones here, I mean, the independent covers that we're adding here, sorry, is going to be part of the strategy. So you don't have to do anything. It's going to be built in for you for the default settings. and you don't have to do anything. And zone 2 is already there. Now we're experiencing it's working for most of the people, but zone 3 is going to be the one optional, because we don't know how much money you still have left that you could use in the lower market and use that funds to bring down the average price. There's going to be a separate budget here that you can add. Still, we're working with the programmers to see how we can separate this budget from this budget, because this is having different percentages, 10% of the capital that you can use. There will be also a lower amount, maybe 200 or lower, I'm not sure. We still have to discuss that with details with the developers to see how we can get it done. But this is the optional one. I mean, it will appear to you as soon as you hit the last cover in these two zones.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. And you just, like, when you talked about doing adding the 200 and you got, you know, $1,021 up there, you need to change that to $1,221. Is that what you do to make the change?
You mean for the current situation? Yes, you have to change that one. But in the future, for this, once we have this being implemented, you don't have to touch this. Just keep it the same. You will have a different budget for the lower market.
Okay.
Okay, just to make it also easier for the people, because I know now it's a bit difficult when you add to the top and then it still shows you negative, then you have to keep on adding and adjust the initial trade and all. It's a bit of a headache, but that's why you want to separate those two together. So the initial, how it's going to be working after we implement this is that you put your budget at the top, and we advise people always to have maybe let's say an emergency funds aside, maybe 10%, 20%, whatever you feel comfortable with. Keep it aside just in case this happens and the market really drops down the same way it's happening at the moment. So you can at least do something while the market is down. Use that funds to work for you and to help this whole trade to close faster.
And when is this going to be available?
Well, I said 2 weeks in the previous call, but David says no.
We're at least 30 days out before you see this implemented.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. All right, Brock, come on in, sir.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Mohammed. I apologize if I missed you saying this. I was just trying to deal with, my mom was kicked out of the meeting. We can't get her back in, so just trying to deal with that. But with the $200, how's the conversation go? If they don't add the $200, are they just really waiting for the market to get back above that average price, and it will happen at some point? So like we can kind of say to somebody, hey, you know, you got two options right now. Either you wait for the market to rebound, or if you add in $200, we might be able to get you some more profits along the way and get you a little sooner. Is that how that would go?
Exactly. It's going to be exactly this way. So if you have only the 5,000 in this, for this example, for instance, and you don't have anything else, and the market already hit all the covers and it took all the 5,000 and put it into the coin, then you have one of the two solutions. To get into zone 3 that we're given as an optional, and we're putting a different budget here to, just because it depends on you, how much do you have at the moment? Maybe you don't have anything, maybe you have 200, maybe you have 2,000. The higher the amount you put in this zone, the faster it's going to close the trade without the market having to come back up again. Because see here, it's used 90% of the profit to bring down the average price into this zone. So that will bring it down faster. And if you don't have any budget to be added here, then you just have to wait for the market. Let me just draw the market here. If it goes down all the way here, you don't have funds, you have to wait for this until the market starts getting into this zone again. And then it's going to buy and sell and continue the same cycle.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
No problem.
All right, Brock, next up is Hope. Hey, Hope.
Hey, David. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Mohammed, for all that you're doing for us. I have a quick question. Can you explain how the single strategy works when you change it from cycle to single? At what point does it stop buying? And what should we do next? Thank you.
Very good. No problem. That's a very, very easy one. This is a cycle. What we're explaining here is cycle. The cycle will end as soon as it closes this average price. So when you put it in single, as soon as this average price is closed, it's not going to buy anymore into this coin. It's going to put the money for you back into USDT, and you decide what you want to do next, whether you want to put this money into a different coin or start a different coin or restart this coin one more time. So that would be a cycle again, or again, you're going to trade the same coin. This brings me to another point, important point. If you want to withdraw any of your profits, the first thing to do is to put your bots in single. And once it close a cycle or close any coin, let's say you have 10 coins, and in each coin you are putting 1,000, and you put all of them in single. So one of them have closed the cycle. That means you have now 1,000 free for you. 1,000 plus the profit that that coin have made for you is free for you to take out, withdraw, or to do whatever you want to do with it. If all of them close, then you have all the 10,000 back again, plus all the profit that was made during these cycles.
Right. Thank you. Next up is Coach Fear. Coach Fear, come on in.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, awesome. Again, thanks for the information, Mohammed. Really excited about the new additions to come. I heard David mention about 30 days or so. That's good. What I'm curious about though, for the average person who most of what would have been explained today is like Chinese, right? I literally have had a couple people message me like, I have no clue what I'm listening to, but you know, I know it's something good. So for the average person who doesn't understand about, you know, adding manual covers and going in and, you know, making those adjustments, just a curious question, being that the bot has the permission to see what is actually in the account, the trading, the wallet, as it were, is it any scenario where there might be an optional button that a person can click to say, you know, I authorize that in the event that these 50 covers are reached, go ahead and, you know, go into the other extra covers, because the truth is most persons, one, they're not going to be, they may not see it when it happens, right? Mm-hmm. Being how the market works, they may not be aware when those 50 covers are hit. I mean, I don't check my account every single day even to see, you know, what cover is at. I hardly even check the account. I just let it do what it's doing because I'm looking long term. But that's me. For the average person who doesn't understand any of this jargon or understand anything about going in and adjusting and adding this amount, doing this and doing that, will there or is there a possibility of having something that they can just opt to have that triggered if that particular scenario does come about? Yeah, that's a question.
Yeah. Well, I really appreciate that question because I've been thinking about that also, of whether we should make this optional or we just make it also available for the people who just want to set it and forget it, like yourself. So yeah, this is something that we would add, but I'm not sure that we're going to have it right up front as soon as we get this new implementation done or right after that. But yes, this is definitely something that we're looking at. But in this case, what you need to do as a user is to make sure that you have enough funds in your exchange. Like for this example, let's say on the top part, you have put 5,000 as budget, then you have to put 200 here. So then you need to have total of 5,200 in your exchange, so that we cover the whole cycle, the zone 1, zone 2, and zone 3. And perhaps also
maybe put in as well, it prompted, so that a person knows that, so that, you know, a message perhaps could pop up and say, you know, it's suggested that you add X amount extra, you know, if you enable this particular feature, you know, it's recommended to add X amount, so that they know, because leaving it to persons to try to figure that out, a lot of persons I don't think will. Right, but if it's suggestive, it pops up that they can see it. Okay, you've enabled, I want this to happen if this criteria is met, and then they can say, okay, the system told me I should have X amount to be covered. I think that would help a lot.
Thank you for this. Yeah, we'll look at that and we'll try to make it, because our slogan is to make things easy, you know, so we want to make everything easy to the people, and we will go that direction for sure, and make sure it's as easy as possible for the average person, I mean, who doesn't understand all of these Chinese things that I'm putting here.
yeah, definitely. Much appreciated for your time, man. Blessings.
No problem. Thank you.
Real quick before Arlene's next, I just want to add a little bit to that, and that is that, you know, what we're talking about today is, you know, I want those of you who are on the call and those of you who are listening to the recording to understand and appreciate the conversation that you're having is kind of a, you know, behind the scenes. Mohammed's pulling the curtains and allowing you to see some of what's coming. And the reason that's important is that you understand and appreciate that Eazybot's an amazing tool and it's constantly getting iterated. Mohammed's constantly thinking of ways to bring improvement so that you have an even better experience. And so that's something that you have to look forward to. And part of the reason why it takes a little bit of time to implement is because the question you asked, Coach Fear, is very important. It's, how do we implement the user experience? So there's the technology of it, and then there's the user experience. And of course, getting the user experience right is important to us because we want to make sure that it's easy. But the conversation we're having today is certainly going to be appealing to those who are more advanced traders. And then those of you guys who have no idea, and this really does feel like Chinese, we appreciate that. What we want you to take away from this part of the discussion is simply that Eazybot's getting better on your behalf. And you may not understand all the technicals and how, why, and what, but just know that you've got a team that's working to improve the technology for you. All right, Arlene, you're up next. Come on in.
Hi there, guys. All right, well, thank you. I'm so glad I hopped on this call. It's answering a lot of questions I had as I started seeing the market plummet. But I'm glad you guys are ahead of this thing and doing what needs to happen in order to make sure we continue to profit. My main question was today, one of my bots stopped trading, actually several of them, and it said in red that there were insufficient funds and I need to add more, but I didn't know, just like the last gentleman said, I didn't know how much to add and whether to add it to my exchange and bump my balance in the actual bot, or just add it to the exchange and let it catch up. And then my second question was, I'm not at the top covers. So as soon as I add it, I'm afraid it'll eat that part up, trying to do all the covers again. And should I just wait for the market to settle a little bit before I add, 100, 200, 300, trying to cover all these inactive bots that I have?
Okay, that's a good question. So probably that, first of all, let me ask you something. At which cover are you at the moment on those bots which have stopped trading? Are they already 35 or?
Some are at 5. There's one that's at cover 13, one that's at 14.
Wow, that means you're overusing your funds. It's clear to me that you're overusing your funds. So what I assume is happening in your bot is that you have assigned money to the bots which you don't have in your exchange. You have assigned, or in different words, you have assigned to the bots more than what you have in the exchange. Let's say, I'm just putting an example here. Let's say you have 5,000 in your exchange and you have 10 bots, each one you're making 1,000. So in this case, you are assigning 10,000 to the bots, but you're actually having only 5,000. So that's why the bot's not going to even sustain up to cover maybe 13, 14, or 15, because it needs at least to have the equivalent amount of USDT in your exchange so that it can cover the zone 1 and zone 2 up to cover 35.
Okay.
So yeah, I think your start wasn't the correct one. You started at a point where you're assigning more funds, you're overusing your funds, you're assigning more money to the bots than what you have in your exchange. So the advice to you is to look at, let me just do the exercise with you right now. What you need to do is to put things right, but right is go into each bot inside, okay? You come here, let's say, for example, this one, the unit is stopped, but you have to go to all of them, not only the ones which are stopped, and look at the balance here.
Okay.
Add them up, add all of them up to all the bots that you have. And this is the amount of USDT that you should be having right now in your exchange, which you don't have. To put things right, you add that amount to your exchange and reactivate the bots.
Okay. All right. And then on the timing of things, I get that. But on the timing of things, do I wait for the market to recover, or do I leave a few inactive until the bot I want to recover starts back recovering? I mean, what is a good strategy?
It depends on your budget. If you tell me that you add all the funds and you found out that you are missing, let's say 5,000, and you have 4,000, I will tell you restart all the bots, but if the market goes down, it's not going to sustain. It's not it's going to again stop. It's going to eat all of the USDT to buy covers if the market goes down. But if the market goes up and recover, then it's going to buy, sell, and recover also all the trades that which are open. It's going to close them. When to start? At what point of time? I'll ask a question here. Do you know where the market is going tomorrow? The answer is no. Yeah, I don't know either. I don't think anyone here knows. So we better just put the bot into work and put enough budget and keep outside a small amount just in case if the market goes lower than 35 cover so that it can still keep on working.
All right, that makes sense. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
No problem. No problem.
All right, and Mohammed, while we were mentioning errors that were coming up on the bot, can you talk a little bit about this? I'm going to take over screen sharing for a second. Can you talk a little bit about the error that users might be seeing if you're trading on KuCoin, and they should know about that?
Sure. Yeah, this is something that have been happening from yesterday and today. Most of the users of KuCoin have experienced this. This error is something from the exchange, from KuCoin, because they have some limitations, some server limitation in terms of API calls. And looks like the number of API calls that goes every minute to them is kind of huge. And when it reaches a specific limit, they just hold for some time. And during this time that they're holding, the bot is trying to make an API call, whether it's for buy or for sell, and the exchange is not allowing that. So the bot's becoming inactive. The only thing that you can do from your side is just go to the settings and activate the bot one more time. We're trying to automate this issue or automate this solution, not to force everyone to jump into their bots. And maybe you don't know that this has happened. Even we will not know. But what we're doing right now is like every hour, the developers are jumping into the system, seeing that if this error appeared, then they reactivate all the bots one more time automatically so that you don't have to jump in. But if you see this error at any point of time, just go to the settings, reactivate the bot, and that it should be moving without problems.
Awesome. All right. Thank you. And let's just talk about what's happening in the market real quick. So Bitcoin right now hovering around $23,000. I see Alicia just mentioned it. She's got a notice that Binance has paused Bitcoin withdrawals. So for those of you who might be new to the Bitcoin, or excuse me, to the crypto space, don't be surprised with what we've had in the last 24, 48 hours has been exceptional volatility. And we've seen Bitcoin lose somewhere like 9% of its value in a really, really short space of time. So that's causing all kinds of fear and panic. It's part of the reason why KuCoin is hitting their API limits and why you're seeing those errors. And what you may start to see, we've seen some platforms stop allowing withdrawals. And that's just their way of maintaining some semblance of order, maintaining their reserves, and just kind of throttling the response that the market is having to what's going on. So don't be alarmed if you see that. It's kind of par for the course, and there's probably not a whole lot we can do about it. So don't add to the fear and the panic and the anxiety. All right, Mohammed Kabir, you want to come back in?
Yeah, I forgot to ask last time. Yeah, I noticed like Mohammed Ali's screen for Dogecoin, it shows 0.0553796, but on my screen it shows 0.056. So for coins like this, I mean, if you don't show the 5-6 digits, it's very difficult to monitor like what's going on with that coin.
Agreed. 100%.
Is that something you're working on?
Yes.
Okay. All right, no problem.
Thanks, Mohammed. Speaking of things we're working on, Alicia, I see your question. Alicia asked Yogi asked if we can get a notification should the bots stop. Also, something that we're working on is notifications when there is an action that needs to be taken by the user. So all of that, lots of good stuff coming. All right, Mohammed, before we let you go, I want you to touch on, we're going to touch on one last thing that's an important update for us for today's call. And that is we've got an amazing contest that we've been running. Let me get there, make sure I've got, all right, there we go. We started running this amazing contest in the last couple of days, last week. We're calling it the Eazybot June affiliate contest. And so we're publishing the current standings. This will come through as a notification in your Eazybot back office. later today, but this is our current standings as of today. So we're posting this by user ID. We're not really, we didn't want to assume that all users were comfortable with their names being shown. So we're posting this by user ID. So hopefully you guys know your Eazybot user ID. Congratulations to our first place. That's user ID 167810. Our first place winner in this contest runs to the end of June. So this is just giving you an update as we stand as it is today. So our first place, our person standing in first place today is 167810. Second place, 16669. Third place, 167715. Fourth place, 164541. And fifth place, user ID is 137755. Congratulations to you guys who are leading the pack. A little more information about the June affiliate promotion. Again, look at the notifications in your Eazybot back office. You'll be able to get to this page. And then we've published the entire leaderboard ranking. So even if you're not in the top 5, you'll notice there's a lot of folks with points that are right on their heels. So it's not too late. Definitely get out there. You've got a great tool that's available to you now in order to be able to share professionally, share the Eazybot story. Take advantage of that. There's plenty of space in the top 5 and a whole lot of folks that are right on their heels to qualify for that position. So keep pushing through the end of the week, through the end of the month, rather. We'll keep updating the current standings over the course of the rest of the month. Mohammed, you want to touch on this at all?
Yeah, just a small thing that I want to add here is, can you go scroll down to the points system, to the points of those people on the top. Yeah, if you see the one on the top is 19 points. And what does it take you to beat that person and get more than 19 points? It's basically you need 5 VIPs. If you invite 5 VIPs, each one gives you 4 points. So 4 multiplied by 5 is 20 points. So it's already more than this. And I don't think it's difficult if you really take it seriously and start sharing it with the people around you, especially that we have a product that works and we have seen it working in the difficult times. And right now, I think it's already a good time for people to jump in because the market's already low. So yeah, good luck to everyone. And there are many people who have got 4 points. So those need just to get a couple of more VIPs and then they're already into the green area to the first 5 spots. One important note here that how are we going to choose people if they are all having the same number of points? Let's say, look at, for example, position 2 and 3 and 4, all of them have 8 points. But why does the 166669 is number 2 and 164541 is number 4? Is because the first one have achieved it faster. So if we get into that trap where many people have the same points, so whoever got achievement done first will be on the top, and then other people will follow.
All right, you got it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that is all that we have for you today. Unless there are any further questions, what an amazing call. Thank you, Mohammed, for showing us, kind of walking us through some things that are coming in the Eazybot world. Brock, I see your hand up. Oh, you guys are, you're not done yet. Brock, and then automated trading. Come on in. Hey, Brock.
Hey, sorry. Yeah, just a quick question. A couple of my teammates have been kind of asking about the difference between advanced and VIP. So just wanted an update. Are we at the point where we're showing we are at the point where the website is accurate in terms of the number of exchanges and tokens for advanced and VIP? And then also had a few people ask about the, what is it there? The monthly one-on-one support calls, just kind of wondering about that update. The dedicated agent were a couple questions that have come up from a few of our teammates looking to upgrade.
Yeah, for sure. So you should be seeing that the count for your advanced and VIP is accurate in your genealogy. So what you're seeing there should reflect all of your upgrades. I'm assuming is that your question? What you're
Well, no, I remember at the beginning, we weren't able to trade the full amount of coins.
Oh,
so like in terms of 10 and all pairs. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's got full access to all the coins available on their package.
Perfect.
Yep.
And then the dedicated agent.
Yeah, so if you have a VIP, if you're a VIP member and you need support, reach out to our support team, support at eazybot.com, or just go to submit a support ticket. now that we've got some of our systems plugged in that we've been working on and integrations over the last couple of weeks, that'll get more automated in terms of our outreach. But anybody that is a VIP member needs assistance, just reach out to us. We'll be happy to help you.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yep, indeed. Thank you, Brock. And automated trading, that's Jay. Come on in, sir. Good morning. Jay, you want to make the announcement? Hey, Jay, I think I lost you. Can you unmute? There you go.
How about there? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Hey, David, how are you doing? It's a pleasure to be on the call this morning. I had no idea that you guys were going to mention anything about the competition and who is up so far. So it actually surprised me to see my number up top, number one. Woo!
Congratulations.
So I'm kind of recording time. I just want to give a shout out to Eazybot, Mohammed, CEO, awesome. David, COO, you guys are the man. And to all my team, I just want to tell, just work hard, guys. This membership is actually like just planting a seed for a fruit-bearing tree of residual income for your future, guys. So work hard. It's not so much about the competition and all of that stuff. The competition is great because it motivates you, but the goal is the long-term vision of the residual income that you can achieve here, because in a few months, this is going to just go viral. Eazybot is already proven to be a great company where your funds are safe in your own control, in your own Binance account. And there's nothing better than that kind of a system and structure to be a part of. And so they're giving everyone an opportunity to become part of that membership. The Founders Club member is what you want to lock in, guys. So I just want to just give a shout out to Eazybot, give a shout out to all my peoples that are going to be watching this quick little clip that I'm putting, and I'm going to upload it to my YouTube. And God bless. Keep your heads up and keep moving forward and keep grinding, guys. Mic drop.
Congratulations, Jay. Before you go, quick question. How long have you're our number one person on the list of folks running for that contest. So congratulations to you. How long have you been involved? How long have you been sharing Eazybot with your team?
I've been sharing Eazybot since 7 days exactly. I've been researching Eazybot for a little over a month, and I got a chance to connect with you guys. As you know, we've had a couple of meetings and presentations that we've presented, different aspects of the company. And yeah, my team is really excited, but honestly, we just started this 7 days ago. I'm just quite of an influencer, I guess. I have a lot of followers and people that believe. And listen, when you love on people, the money will come by itself. And this is one of the things that I love about Eazybot is that the people working at the top are the best examples that you can have as leaders. These people love on people. They're motivating you. They're supporting you. They're educating you. They're helping you build yourself and build a future. And these are the type of people that you want to be involved with. Not the type of companies that are going to be here and gone tomorrow, or the type of companies that have no kind of customer support, or the type of companies that you can't even get the CEO or any of the executives on a call for that matter. So Eazybot is one of my top choices. And I just want to just tell everybody that is what's up.
Awesome. Thank you, Jay. Appreciate you. And once again, congratulations. Look forward to all the amazing things that you're going to continue to do. Appreciate your enthusiasm. And yeah, man, we're building it for folks like you. So thank you so much.
Thank you, David. And one last thing is, I know that you live there in Kissimmee. I'm in Orlando, man. You offered me some coffee, and I'm just going to hold you to that. I'm trying to get your contact so we can get together. All right, my brother? God
Absolutely.
bless.
Let's do it. Indeed.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jay.
You're welcome.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, there was a question I want to address. Any updates about publishing Qualified Founders Club? Guys, thank you for your patience on that. It is in the works. We're going to do our best to get it published for you this week. And so that's what I got to say about that. We're working on it diligently to get it published for you. So look out for that coming shortly. Brock, you got it again, brother. Come on in. You're still muted. Can you unmute?
Perfect. So just that last note, there's no way for us to verify the $600 is still invested on our part. That's just got to be done manually through some phone calls then to make sure that everyone is still fully invested and that the system will recognize us as a fan owners club.
Yeah, it's for privacy reasons, we cannot publish what a person's trading, but we will have some mechanisms that'll give you some indication about what's happening in your organization. So
Yeah,
if you've been on calls, if you guys have been, this is not just for you, Brock, for everybody's benefit. So if you guys understand kind of what phase we are in the launch, you'll appreciate what's coming next. So what we've really been focused on in the first few months, we launched Eazybot in March. Really just 3 months ago. We launched Eazybot in March. And of course, at the very core of the things that were most important to us is the product has to work, it has to shine, it has to perform in the worst of conditions. And fortunately, unfortunately, we had the opportunity to really test it out in a live market. We've seen the market go through some really volatile situations, and Eazybot perform even better than expected or anticipated. And so now we're in the phase of dialing in the user interface, user experience. So we're really proud of the user interface that we have at launch, especially compared to the experience we had in other platforms previous. But now we're in the place where we're dialing it in. We're on a meeting this morning talking about those very things. What are the elements that we need to come into this next major release? And so you'll see things like reporting and much more user-friendly data points for you from the trading standpoint and from the affiliate standpoint. Now, it's not going to happen overnight, but it is, because it takes a lot of thinking. The hardest thing to do is to make something simple. So, we're really thinking very thoughtfully about how to present the information that you guys want and how not to make it complicated so that we go against the idea of it being easy. So definitely, we look forward to you guys' feedback. If you have ideas, input, this is a good time for us to have those conversations, ask the questions. This is the benefit of being a part of Eazybot. At this point in our stage is that we're open to your feedback, your input, your suggestions. Your fingerprint can be a part of what we're building together in the future. Thank you for that, Brock. All right, ID, we're going to take. Oh, I got muted. Sorry. I don't know what you guys missed. So ID, I'm asking you to come on in.
Yeah.
The last question.
Good evening.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you well. Yep.
All right. Yeah, this morning my bots, 2 of them went down at about 5 a.m. and I tried to check and discover I had enough funds. 5 hours later, I went back again to check and I discovered that the service fee has gone down to 5.67. So it was until I added some more credits there that it started working again. I just wanted to share that with everyone.
Yeah, got it. Mohammed, I am drawing a blank. So can you remind us on the call, what is the minimum that we need in the Eazybot wallet to cover SSF fees? What's our floor right now?
Well, I think it's at $5 at the moment. We have already talked about reducing that even, so that if someone have like lesser than $5 still, the bot will continue trading up to maybe $1. That's what we discussed last time. So we just need to implement that. But at the moment, I think it's at 5.
Mine was 5.67 when it went down.
5.67 and then
5.67. It all went down. Yeah, it stopped working. I tried to check, add some more credits. It didn't come up. 5 hours later, I just went back again and I checked and then discovered the service fees was that amount. And I added some more credits, about $20. Then it came back.
Okay, that really strange for me, because if it's more than $5, should be continuing, should be trading. Can you share with us the bot ID, if you don't mind, just on the chat? You can send it privately to me on the chat.
Okay,
yeah,
I'll do that.
Let me have it. Thank you.
For everybody's benefit, we'll get clarity on, this is a good question. There is a minimum required in your Eazybot wallet in order for the bot to continue to trade. So we'll just double check and make sure, because we have made some changes to that recently. So we'll double check and we'll publish that information for you guys later today. So look out for that. All right, I know I said ID was going to be the last one, but Mike, I can't say no to you. So Mike, you're the last one. Come on in with your question or comment. Mike, can you unmute? Somebody get Mike?
Sorry about that.
Okay, there you go.
Thank you, Mohammed and David, for your time today. I learn every time I come here, I learn something new. So my question is related to the funnel app, and I just got started on it, but what I would like to know is the sizzle video for 1 minute. Is that something we can send out right at the beginning? Do you guys have suggestions on what's working when you want to introduce someone, what order to send out a video or a follow-up video? Could you touch on that?
Yeah, sure. Great question. And this is something we typically handle on our Saturday Business Builders call. So now that the app is released, important thing to remember, it's a tool. It's a tool to help you make a professional introduction, tell the story of Eazybot. So you don't have to figure out exactly what to say. Now in Eazybot, you have a couple of different, in the marketing app, excuse me, you have a couple of different options. You have a replica of the Eazybot website. So if you want to give somebody the entire story, it's all there for them. If you like the way that's presented, it has a pricing page, and even the help center is there. If you want something that's more streamlined, more focused on a particular message, then what I want you to do, each of you guys who are using the marketing app, is go through each of the funnel options. There's one called webinar, there's one called opportunity seeker, there's one called create an account, and there's going to be more coming. And so the best way to answer the question, reason why we put all of these different options, is that as you come across different people, if you're doing warm or lukewarm market recruiting, you may feel like this person's better for maybe the opportunity seeker funnel. And so you send them that because of the language and the messaging really speaks to what you think they're interested in, versus someone else that maybe is tinkering in crypto or wants to know more about crypto. You just want them to create a free account, let them try it for themselves. They don't have to be sold or told a whole lot. They're into crypto, so they're willing to try it. You may just want to send them a create account funnel. So we've given you a couple different options. I'm going to encourage you to get familiar with them and feel your way around it, because there's really no right or wrong answer to that. A lot of it is It's up to your own preference. Any one of them will work as a way to professionally introduce Eazybot to someone.
Could you guys add the 1 minute sizzle to one of those options to send out? Because of what I have found.
It's on, I think it's on every one of the pages that has a video starts with the 1 minute sizzle.
Okay. I've went through each of them. I just don't remember. I remember seeing it. I just didn't know if that was a standalone option. Okay.
Yeah, it's the 1 minute is in the app is part of the welcome, but then in the funnels themselves, it's on the Eazybot webinar website app. It's on the webinar. I believe it's on the webinar page, and it may not be on the opportunity seekers. It's on the create account funnel as well. So definitely you have a couple different options there.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. All right, ladies and gentlemen, a great way to close up the call. We started talking about the Eazybot marketing app. If you were on the call today, we gave you guys a link so that you could get started using the application a little bit ahead of the rest of the members in the community. We'll publish that on the Eazybot dashboard here in the next 24 to 48 hours. Real clear indication card, visual card that you can click and go right into activating your account. So look for that coming. Lots and lots of training that we'll do in the upcoming weeks now that the tool is released. Look for more emails coming out. A couple of things that I'm going to ask you guys to do as you're getting emails from us. Go ahead and add us to your contacts. We'll create a video and publish that for you so you can kind of see how to do that. But if you add Eazybot, the emails that we send to you, add us to your contacts. It's coming from one of two emails, either info@Eazybot or support@Eazybot. If you add us to your contacts, it's just going to help make sure that our emails get delivered to you and to your team members. So that's a big thing that you can do that will help us as we start sending messages out to you guys. All right, so I want to give a special thanks to Muhammad Ali, who our CEO, who spent some time diving into some of the details of Eazybot today. Thank you so much, Muhammad. And before we go, I just wanted everybody, as we typically do, we'll unmute on our way out of the call. And I want you guys on our way out to send a special word of thanks and love and appreciation for Coach Ken. He's not feeling his best today. But he's here, he's hanging out with us. And of course, we love Coach, and he's an important part of our team. So you guys make sure that you show Coach some love on our way out of the call. Thank you, everybody. We appreciate you. We'll see you on our next Monday weekly corporate update call next week, Monday. Have a great day, great week.
Thank you, David, Mama.
Okay, yes, thank you very much. Thank you very
Coach
much.
Ken, get well soon. We love you.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm a new trader.
Thanks, everybody.
Good house for Coach Ken.
Coach Ken.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Thank you, everyone.
Hope you
Thank you,
feel better.
everyone. Prayers up
Thank you
for
so much.
divine health, Coach Ken. Thank you.
Thank you, David.
Thank you.
And I pray a healing on Coach Ken.
Take care.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thanks, David. Thanks, Mohammed. You guys are awesome.
Thanks, guys. Great call. Get well, Coach.
Thanks, Constantine.
Yeah. Great job as usual, gentlemen.
Awesome, everyone. Thank you so much and get well soon, Coach.